Welcome everyone to LMIRadio.com. Getting ready for our hostess with Wagtime with God's Furry Angels with our host, Doggy Daddy and Lady Poodle Hat, and of course the stars, Tank and Naomi. And just before they contact us, we're going to just play a moment for something. Here we go. Oh, here they go. Okay, we got our host. Hello? Okay, let me hook you up. Hold on one second. Well, as you see, that was a pre-recorded version of our host and hostess, and of course Tank and Naomi. We do have our host, Doggy Daddy, and Lady Poodle Hat on. Let's see if we can get him up. Say something to us. Hello?
It's a wonderful day. The weather's beautiful today.
Yeah, it kind of reminds me of the song, It's a Wonderful Day in the Neighborhood. Won't you be mine? Won't you be my poodle? So, okay, we have to all the world, worldwide world, we have on our host, Doggy Daddy, our hostess, Lady Poodle Cat, and of course the stars, Tank and Naomi. And we're on our radio. All right. And we're on the radio, and we're on the TV. So before we begin, would you please grace us with our, I forget the name of the song, Poodles and Pitbulls. There you go.
Okay, ready? I like turkeys and poodles. I love your brother. They really love each other. Our dog.
I got so carried away with your song, I forgot to put your picture up on the TV. Now, let me get my composure, excuse me. You guys are so great, it's hard for me to maintain my composure. Okay, I have you up on the screen now on the TV where we're showing bad Doggy Daddy with his shades on, and of course beautiful Lady Poodle Hat, and of course Tank and Naomi. So, could you just, now that I have you up on the screen, would you just sing it one more time?
Sure.
We also have another song, too.
Yeah, we got the B-side. We're working on that one.
You may, well,
okay,
if it's appropriate, go right ahead.
If it's appropriate. Right.
Nobody died then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. People that like cherry noodles. I have your brother. They really love each other. We love our dog.
That is awesome. Okay? It's in you guys' hands. I'm out of it. I'm just engineering. Go forward.
Well, last week we were talking about how to read a dog's body language. We only got through 2 of them. But we've had an interesting doggy weekend. Just more proof that our dogs do pick up on our energy. I'll start with we went to farmer's market yesterday down here in St. Pete. I'm not used to being around a lot of people. We didn't realize it was going to be so hot. So we go over to the farmer's market. And Naomi especially started acting up. I noticed, after about 5 minutes, I noticed I was all tense at all the people. I could still feel them all around me. And I got tense. So we got, I don't know, something to eat, and we sat down in the shade. Well, as we're sitting there in the shade, my back is towards Naomi, and Naomi's just acting really strange. So I turn around, and this man had brought his I don't know how old the child was.
2 years.
Even less.
Yeah. Way up.
Really young kid.
Probably didn't talk yet.
No, didn't talk yet. The man didn't ask if Nomi was a safe dog or anything.
Wow.
He was just there with the child in Nomi's face. And she obviously did fine.
Jerky movement.
Yeah, you know how little dogs.
Upset a dog.
Yeah, look, Nomi's never been around a young little person like that. And she did well. She did better than I did. But, I mean, I wasn't going to encourage that behavior, and I wasn't, let me see, in control. It seems to me that I wasn't in control of my, what would you call it, emotions or, my energy was off.
Okay.
And I would have said, if I could do it again, I would say to the man, that's pretty dangerous to do without asking first whether the dog,
Yeah.
I
People don't know.
That's just-
They have to be educated. They don't know.
Right. And in the doggy world, I remembered that if you put a yellow ribbon on the dog's leash or collar, people who know to be careful around that dog.
Really?
Or a red ribbon would mean don't approach.
Wow.
So Ron and I came up with some comical things, some little signs.
Please tell me you didn't make some signs. You made signs.
No, we didn't, not yet. But I mean, Judy. You remember Judy? Well, she came out and for a minute, so I can't really repeat what.
No, this is a G-rated show. Okay, this is a G-rated show.
Oh, I know, so I wouldn't say no.
Okay.
But it was pretty comical. Yeah. So, I was practicing looking at people as dogs so I could relax.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And, I was sitting there and I came to my spirit, so I started to do that. And I could feel myself relaxing a little bit. And then the man with the little boy, I mean, it was maybe 6 months old, I think.
Wow.
The child.
Wow.
Right. In Nomi's face. Just
Good little angel, but now, I mean, that's really kind of how sometimes these, the dog maulings can happen.
right.
Little kid with jerky movements,
Hit around the ear or something.
or it looks like the kid might be striking,
Yeah.
Lady Poodle hat or something. A dog's gonna
Yeah, that's
want to protect the master.
You know,
Yeah.
people. I'm listening to you, and at the exact time when you were saying you were beginning to find yourself relaxing, here comes this incident where this man would bring this child in front of a dog without even asking the dog, permission or whatever, or asking the owner. It seems like it was set by the adversary, to bring about schism. Yeah, to bring about the schism. But you know what? You passed it and Tank passed it, and Nomi passed it, and both of you passed it because you didn't allow it to totally upset your peace.
no.
Excellent.
I was kind of pleased that Nomi did so well.
Yeah.
And it didn't really bother me all that much because I know people tend to be that way, and the father, probably has been around some pit bulls and likes them. I mean, and we have another experience to tell you about. We've noticed that people either really like pit bulls or they don't like them. There's not a lot of middle ground there.
So they also it looks great. They know that Nomi's not a vicious dog because her brother's a little poodle. So
But
right?
we know a guy that
I know.
with the poodle.
I know. So listen to the next one. Now this happens later on. A couple hours later.
Wow.
2 hours.
Yeah, and after that, we went to get a squirt bottle for Maggie.
Right.
Because, when she does act up, a squirt of water is a good training method for any dog.
Yeah.
Especially if there's ever any kind of a dog fight or anything, throwing water on them.
Hey, Lady Poodle Hat. Lady Poodle Hat. A squirt method is good for people, too.
That's right. Perfect. I wish I would have had one.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah, squirt with the
So Lady Poodle Hat's in the dollar store buying a squirt bottle, and this kind of older, hippie-looking lady was on the sidewalk, and she saw Nomi in the truck, and, I'm there with Nomi and Tank, and we're waiting for Lady Poodle Hat to come out. Yeah, and this lady, she goes, "Oh, that's such a beautiful dog," and she's waving and acting all fun and saying how beautiful the dog is. And then Tank stuck his little poodle head out the window, and she about fell on the floor, laughing, smiling. I said, "They're brother and sisters, Yeah. And people know that, not genetically or anything, but the fact that they do live together, coexist, and all that." And she was just so, I don't know, it looked like it really made her day to see that.
It made her day.
She was all smiled and happy. Yeah.
Awesome.
And then, that was the last one. The one before that was the one at the gate.
Oh, what?
Yeah, remember? Yeah.
I guess it was.
So you tell that one. My heart will start to flutter.
She'd get mad.
No, not mad. No, not me.
Well, what happened?
Yeah, we'll see how I did. Well, there's a guy here and we've seen him a few times. Nobody doesn't particularly like him. He has weird energy.
He's always going to do dirty light.
Right.
Yeah.
And we're walking out of like a little gated area thing, and he was approaching the gate, and then he suddenly moved far off, And I kind of looked at him like, what are you doing,
Yeah.
And then he tells me that, he saw a pit bull just about maul to death of a small child or something. And then he tells me a pit bull's the only dog I've ever had to shoot.
Oh,
and then he tells me that he's standing there with his hand on his gun in his pocket.
What?
And I'm like, yeah.
See, God worked it out that I didn't hear any of that.
Yeah.
I had taken the dogs and walked into the grass.
Good.
I'm so glad I didn't hear it because,
Yeah, it wouldn't have been good for Lady Poodle Hat to hear that.
It wouldn't have been good
because,
for
well, and I didn't really feel he was, threatening the dog or threatening me or us. He was just, showing his
ignorance
fear of pit bulls. In other words, he groups all pit bulls as a breed together that they're all vicious. And it's like, that's the way he chooses to be. That's entirely his choice. But I don't know. It's kind of interesting how you can see such wide variance, from, a father with his little girl. Obviously, he's not afraid of pit bulls.
Right.
Or he wouldn't let his little girl or boy, whatever it was. And yet, then you have this guy, and he was probably in his 50s or 60s,
Right.
And he's pretty much afraid of them, and but he also has to boast how he's shot pit bulls and he's seen them maul, and and you can look online, look for stories of pit bulls that have done atrocities. You can also find other breeds that have had issues, whether it's German Shepherds or whether it's Dobermans, sometimes Chows, but any breed. Yeah, and there's been cases of golden retrievers that have turned on their owners. I had a golden at Lady Poodle Hat, and she was just a sweetheart of a dog. But I do recall hearing stories about golden. Because I thought, no, not a golden. Oh yeah, there's and really, Cesar was will tell you that.
I'm I'm listening at you guys, and I'm thinking in terms of how we tend to make opinions based upon what we think initially. Well, I mean, there are, as you say, there are pit bulls that did problems. There are golden retrievers. Hey, I'm going to say there are people that have killed people. But does that mean that
Right.
every person that there are people? Let's just say there are people with blonde hair that have killed people. So does that mean that every time I see somebody with blonde hair, they're a killer? No. There are people with afros and that have hoods, that wear hoodies over their head, that have robbed people. So does that mean that every time I see somebody with a hoodie or with an afro, that they will rob me? It's the same principle. All pit bulls. You guys don't see the TV, but I have a picture, and you'll see later if you decide to go. You come to the website and whatever, and see the recorded TV program. I have a picture of right now, which is a pit bull, and it says, "I have a dream that one day I will not be judged by my appearance, but by my content of my character." And that's the bottom line. Each dog, as well as each person, we need to see them by the content of their character, and not by the stereotype that we have put on them, because you might have had one dog that was not trained properly, or one person that have had a bad experience, and it's not their fault. And so I think you guys, you bring an excellent point, that it's time that we begin to judge, well, not judge, but we need to see each furry angel as well as each person for themselves, and not by a stereotype. Hello?
Yes. Yes, I agree 100%. Yesterday when the guy was being at the fence with whatever he was doing, I was still trying to put people as I see dogs.
Yeah,
So I was trying to see what breed would that be. And I'll tell you what, at that point, when Ron came up and told me what he said, I really couldn't. I'm like, okay, that guy doesn't a dog face, because no dog would do that.
Okay. Well, he's a misled, just like, okay, I'll help you with that a little bit if I can. If a dog has been bred improperly, then the dog has been taught to fight or to kill or whatever. It's not the dog's fault. It's how he's been bred. So this person has got these things inside of him for whatever his experience may be. It may have been one poor example of an experience. And so because of that, in his mind, he has all pit bulls are evil.
Yes.
Yeah. Or
yeah,
a dog.
I can see your point.
Yeah, a dog.
Okay, then I can put him in the category of a scared dog.
Very good. Exactly. That's excellent. A scared dog. A scared or an injured dog, he will lash back at a person even trying to help him.
I see.
Yes?
Okay.
Yeah.
That'd work.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd work.
Yeah. I mean, anytime he has to walk around with a gun in his pocket, he's scared.
Yeah. Or even if he didn't have a gun, he had to say so. Yeah, he's scared.
He's scared.
Okay, so we should also, it would be safe to say that he was mistreated also.
Excellent.
Just like I would see a dog mistreated, I wouldn't lose patience with him.
Excellent.
So, okay.
Up on the TV.
I'll keep...
Up on the TV screen, Lady Poodlehead, I have a picture now of a pit bull. And the pit bull is saying, I am a pit bull. I am funny, loving, smart, and loyal. Your ignorant judgment won't change me, but getting to know me will change you.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's so true.
Yeah.
Huh. Yeah, okay. So, all right. I could put a dog face on, yeah. Mistreated.
Yeah.
Bad experience. not raised well, not socialized well.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
I can do it.
Makes more sense now, don't it?
That works.
Yeah.
It does.
Yeah.
It does. I was having so much fun at the, once I finally started, I noticed how tense I was yesterday at the farmer's market. I was watching people and I was really, it was working. I was putting dogs' breeds on them and making up little stories about them.
But you had fun, yes?
Okay,
You had fun.
Right, and I'm like, okay, there's no reason to be afraid of a dog, right? Christine, right? Okay, people are dogs. Okay.
Hey, whatever works, okay? Someone told me that you know, and you and Doggy Daddy knows, that if you take the word dog, D-O-G, and you look at it in the mirror, you get a different word.
God.
Yeah.
That's right. That's right.
Like, wow.
And I've heard that also, and that's what I was practicing it yesterday, and it does work.
Wow. Amazing.
Of course, you know, I lost it a little bit after Doggy Daddy told me what the guy said.
Well, that's okay. That's okay. That's okay. That's okay. That's okay. I mean, we all lose it. I mean,
but I like.
Go ahead. No, you go ahead.
I like that God knew that I shouldn't hear that, and I walked away. And it was funny though. Naomi didn't want to walk away.
Wow.
She wanted to. She stood there and she watched her dad conversing with this person. And every time she sees this person, she just stares him down. It's like, oh my, let's go.
It's like she picks up on his energy.
Yeah,
sure.
she picks up on his negative energy. Yeah. And you never know. You just never know. Naomi may be the one that will help to change this man's opinion, his warped opinion of all and prejudice and fear, really fear of pit bulls. Yeah. She just may be the one. She may just be.
Yeah.
Right. And so that means I'm not going to say anything. If I can't be nice, I just won't say anything, and I'll let her shine.
Yes.
If he's
yes.
around, I won't say a word.
All the time, one of the hardest lessons I'm learning is that it's not always necessary for me to say something.
It's a hard lesson.
It's hard. I know. I haven't learned it yet. Did you hear I say, I'm learning. It's not always necessary for me to say something.
Oh, it is difficult. But Ron, I'm sorry, Doggy Daddy handled it very well. I think Doggy Daddy told the guy, well, yeah, any breed can be mean. And didn't you say, what did you tell me? You said people too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. People.
Yeah.
I mean, if we just go with people for a second and think of what the Germans, under Hitler did to the Jews, and if we were to be prejudiced, we would say all Germans are horrible. No, that's not true.
Yeah.
Or what that's not true. All Germans are not horrible. It's a learning experience. That's what it is. It's a learning experience. And you guys, the very fact that you have Tank and Nomi, whoever sees a pit bull, someone that has a stereotype of being vicious, a dog that has a stereotype of being vicious, with a tender little snooty, typical stereotype of a snooty, a poodle that are snooty and sniffy and uppity. Whoever seen those two dogs together? You don't.
That's right.
They're a walking miracle. They're a testimony right within themselves.
Yes, they are. Ron saw one other person that has a pit bull and a poodle. One other.
Oh, yes, I did. It was at the beach.
Yeah.
And I said, wow, I thought we were the only crazies that did this.
Yeah.
He goes, oh, no, they, you know, yeah, it was great. It warmed my heart.
Yep.
But that shows you there is a purpose in everything that we do. Sometimes you think, oh, I just got a dog and I'm just loving my dog, you know, but no, you have no idea who you are affecting. We don't even know, but we are.
That's true. That's true. Then we finished it off last night the weather's just beautiful. So we took a walk downtown, and it was Saturday night, and there was a bunch of people around, a bunch of people walking dogs and stuff. And
Great.
yeah, Nomi was I had the squirt bottle, so she knew I had the squirt bottle. They were well behaved. We walked among crowds and other dogs.
Wow,
and
really?
Hung out on the corner with the guy playing music. Everything was cool. Everything was good.
Yep. Got many compliments.
Yep.
As we usually do.
And Nomi and Tank, they behaved nicely.
Yes, they did perfectly.
That is so
Yep.
nice. That's cool.
Yeah, I think that either the fear of dogs or the dislike of dogs is usually something learned.
I do agree.
Usually in childhood.
I agree.
We used to talk that, as far as racism, the hideousness of racism is something that no one's ever born with that.
I agree.
God did not create that in anyone. It's something that they learn from other people.
Yes.
Because, really, somebody just doesn't wake up and decide to be a racist against whatever race it may be. And they do come in all forms.
That's true.
Every race has their own races.
That's true.
And it's something that, if it's learned, it can be unlearned. And in fact, I've read several stories of, like skinheads with tattoos and all that kind of stuff that have turned to Christianity, turned to Christ, and totally changed their ways.
Awesome.
And they would tell about how their father, their uncle, or somebody were the ones that kind of got them into it at a young age, and they even, quite often will admit that it's like, I don't really know why I did it. I want to be like my dad or my brother or my, whatever family that's learning it. And, they totally change their ways once, of course, they get saved and realize that we're all God's children.
True.
So, I kind of feel sorry for this guy that is afraid of dogs.
Yeah.
Or he's afraid of pit bulls. Whether he has a fear of other dogs, who knows,
Very good.
But, I really wouldn't want to be that way.
Because fear,
Just like I wouldn't want to be a racist either. That's got to be lonely.
and fear itself is torment. Fear of anything, just fear. Fear is a spirit. It itself is tormenting.
Yes, it is tormenting. Yeah.
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 Before I even thought about, or it came up that I was going to put dog faces on people, I would see this person, and I didn't, I just got a creepy feeling about him, and so I would feel my anger and repulsion come up, and that's in itself is a trap. It's limiting. It's a limited view of the world.
Yeah.
There's nothing. Yeah, I don't want that anymore. So
Good for you. Good
really,
for you.
the dog in the looking in the mirror, seeing God, the word back turned around and it spells God. Really does work.
That's good. That's good.
And I practiced it, and it worked. And of course, I was practicing it, and of course, the enemy had to come and,
Well,
okay.
He's doing his job. He's doing his job. So we will do.
Yeah.
Please try to make a living.
Yeah, try to make a living. Yeah. You don't know what you're getting paid for.
Yeah. Well, we try and give them hell in every corner. So,
yeah. You feed him.
yeah, keep him at home.
Yeah, go away.
Yeah.
I wanted
so it
to.
was very interesting.
Go ahead.
It was a very interesting doggy weekend.
If you had to sum it up, we're down to 1 minute. If you had to sum it up,
Oh, wow.
Doggy Daddy and Lady Poodlehead, what would you sum it up and say in your final words? Start with Doggy Daddy and then end with Lady Poodlehead, if it's okay.
Yeah.
Well, pretty much anything in life, there's always going to be some type of learning environment presented to you. And an opportunity to learn, which is an opportunity to grow. So keep looking for them, and sometimes the lesson's not readily apparent. You have to search, but we can be assured that if you search, you will find.
Yep.
So
Very good.
just keep on keeping on.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Recently there was a sermon spoken to. What have you done with the lives I've given you?
Wow.
Well, yesterday it was very apparent to me that even people that I don't think I like, or I have a resistance to, those are people. Those are lives God has given to me. Now it's time for me to see the God in people, truly, because I don't. There's a lot. I have a lot to share, and I have a lot to give that God has what would you say, infused into me. So it really doesn't do any good if it just floats around in my head. So the fear and the anger, I want to go, and that's where I am, and that's what it showed me yesterday. Even people that I totally disagree with, God has put that life into my life.
Awesome. Well, would you end us in prayer and then end us with your doggy song? And we're out of time.
Okay.
End us in prayer.
We got to do something.
Okay. Dear God, in the name of Jesus, we thank you for this time together. We give you this time. This is your time, as everything else is. We thank you for the furry angels. We thank you for each other. And most of all, we thank you for your love and your guidance and your wisdom. We love you back, God. Amen.
Amen. And now would you end with your song? You close us out with your song.
Joe, which one are we going to do?
Well, when Naomi needs some comforting, we wrote a song for Naomi.
Okay. Ready?
So, yeah, we do.
Okay. Rock like pillows on the sailboat, when the wind blows, the boat will float. When the boat floats, the boat improves well. All across the seas that this boat will sail. Once the people wails, the poodle will grunt, and all dogs and people will no more want.
Well, I thank you. I thank you. I'm sure all the dogs in the world thank you. And can we have a shout out from Naomi Tank before we go?
She's not barking.
All righty.
No.
Good night, and thank you, ladies and gentlemen, and furry angels. That's a wrap.
Love you.
Love you too. That's a wrap.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Okay, that has been, we have been listening to Wagtime with God's Furry Angels, with Doggy Daddy and Lady Poodlehead, and of course the stars are Tank, and Nomi. And we love you. God bless you. Until next time.